If you are on the road to success, then there is one factor that can massively increase your chances of success. Be sure to stick around till the end of this video in order to find out. Hi, my name is Harold, and welcome to my channel. In my videos, I cover millionaire habits, success tips, finances, investment, etc. I most often use my personal stories to drive home my point. If you are new here, and enjoy content such as these, be sure to subscribe, and hit that bell notification icon, so that you can be informed when I put out new amazing videos. Now, without further ado, let's get into this one. While growing up, I had tasted outstanding academic success. My foundation, in my core subjects were good, so, it was not difficult to figure out a lot of stuffs. When graduating from college, however, I didn't quite graduate with something outstanding. The reason behind this lies in the grading system. Let me explain. In primary school and high school, your performance in one session or academic year had no influence on your performance in another session. Every new session meant a new start. A new beginning. But this was not quite the case in university. In university, at least in my country, your eventual CGPA, upon graduation, is a cumulative of your performances since you entered university, in first year. I had experienced dips in my performance over the years in high school, but I always bounced back stronger, and, since the grading system was unlike that used in university, I always had a fresh start, a new slate when bouncing back. My not-so-good grades of the previous semester, or session, while in high school, didn't have any effects on my performance output in the coming semesters. But this isn't the same in university. In my class, at the university, I probably was among the most talented students, but I was not even among the top 6 best graduating students upon graduation. I noticed that, among the top 6, only 2 of them were pure talent, at least in my opinion. The other 4 were not necessarily the most talented among us. At this point, I am sure some of you have gotten the key to success I am trying to explain in this video, and that key is consistency. All through my life, up until graduation from university, I had been consistently inconsistent. And, due to the grading system in university, those semesters where I had some bad grades played a role in my eventual CGPA. What happened in my class is exactly what happens in life. It is the reason why the most successful people are not necessarily the most talented among us. For me, success comes to those who are consistent, diligent, and focused, not necessarily to those who are talented or motivated. I am not saying talent or motivation isn't important, but all the talent and motivation in the world without consistency will never get you to the levels you can reach. Being talented may get you a job, but if you procrastinate important projects, and you are not consistently at your best, you will see those who are consistent climb much faster than you. You may be able to put off an assignment until the last minute and still make a good grade in school, but in business, if you carry on that habit, you will ruin a lot of potential big money projects. Let me give a good example. I am a football fan. Some of you watching this video probably are too. Let us take a look at Cristiano Ronaldo. Not necessarily the most talented player in football history, but he is arguably one of the greatest of all time in the history of the sport, rivaled only by Lionel Messi. The things that Cristiano does on the pitch, other players do too. He dribbles 4 players and scores. Not a big deal. Other players have done that too. But here is the difference. Most players have just one outstanding season in their career where they are at their very best. Cristiano and Messi, unlike most others, are at their best all the time. Ronaldinho is another footballer I love so much, and in my opinion, is way more talented than Cristiano, but was not able to achieve as much as Cristiano did. It may seem that I have deviated a little, but I really needed to drive home my point. Consistency is a close cousin to discipline. Ever heard about the 10,000-hour rule? The amount of time it takes to achieve absolute mastery of any skill? It would be impossible to get to that point of mastery without being consistent. Or at least, it would take an insane number of years. If you put in 5 hours, 30 minutes on a daily basis, you can achieve mastery in just 5 years. A lot of people want to get to this point, but they don't put in the work on a consistent basis. That makes all the difference, and that was my downfall while at the university. Bottom line, I decided to be consistent. And I will share my own approach in this video. At this point, it was clear to me that reading only when exams were fast approaching, or working on a project only when the deadline was close, were not things I ever wanted to do in my entire life again. So here is what I did. Step 1. I made a list of my most important short-term and long-term goals. Step 2. I made a conscious decision to be a high performer. Check out my video on high performance. Link is in the description below. Step 3. I decided to commit to daily action. I must emphasize the word daily right there, because that is what consistency is all about. Sure, miss a few days occasionally, but compared to when I was in university, I am really doing a good job. Here is another tip I follow religiously. Anything you cannot put into your daily routine, you will not achieve. So, if there is any skill you want to master, if you have a certain goal in mind, then you have to do it every day. Doing it every day ensures consistency. There is nothing like, I don't have time. You have to make out time if it is important to you. Obviously, you don't want to pursue all your goals all at once. That would be counterproductive. But what you can do is to tackle them one at a time. For me, I like to take 3 at a time. Just to add variety to my day, and I try to ignore all other goals until those 3 are accomplished. Step 4. I review my list of goals on a daily basis. This helps keep me on track, focused, motivated, and consistent. And that is it for this video. Do remember to leave me a thumbs up and comment if you enjoyed this video. Are you consistent with growth in subjects that interest you? And if you are not, what are the things you would love to start doing today to improve your consistency? I would love to know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay energized.